Hello, Caveman Nation. Welcome to the channel. We need to talk about what is Caveman Nation in these earlier videos, and one of the things we need to talk about are these three words that we wear on the side of our shirt. Right? It says prepare, protect, and provide. If we're going to wear these three words, then we better know what they mean. Right? If you're going to wear something, you better know what it means. If you're going to represent it, you better live it, right? If you're going to represent it, you better live it. So these three words are kind of a code, right? I got my little book to kind of stay on task, so I don't, ooh, rabbit, ooh, squirrel, right? I'll do that. I'll go down the rabbit hole sometimes, so I'm going to stay on task here, okay? So what are these three words? And what do they mean? What is this code that we believe that Caveman Nation, men inside of this tribe, they should be this thing? What are these three words? Well, here's what they are, okay? In a very high level view, all right, very high level view. Preparedness, okay? When it says we should be men that prepare, right? When it says that, preparedness, when I think about it in my life, it is things that I acquire, right? Things that I acquire, whether that be skill sets or resources, but it's things that I acquire. So let me give you an example. We're going to use food and fire, right? The two F's, food and fire, okay? From a food perspective, I acquire the resources to be able to feed my family for X amount of time, depending upon my level of skill, right? So if I have a garden and I'm out there every day and it's a big garden, let's say it's a 2-acre garden, then the amount of resources that I have, and I have a good knowledge of how to grow, my resources come down, right? I don't have to have a lot of resources because I feel confident in my skill and in my infrastructure to be able for my family to have those things, right? So if maybe my skill level's high, but my infrastructure's small, well, guess what? My resources still have to be high. But as my infrastructure builds up and my skills build up, my resources can come down. Right? Because I have acquired those skills and infrastructure to be able to feel safe to where I don't have to have as many resources. And so I can go spend my money in another area that I don't feel as confident with my skills or infrastructure. Okay, so that to me is preparedness in a nutshell. Okay, protector. What is a protector? I have met some amazing men in my life that are protect their families mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, but they have no clue how to protect their families physically. And I've met some amazing men that protect their families physically, but they have no idea how to protect their families mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Right? And that's typically what I see. Right? It's that's who we are in America. We're like way over here, way over there. Right? And we have to find a balance. Right? We as men have to find a balance, because just protecting our family physically, I promise you will have a very, very unhealthy and unwealthy family. And just protecting your family mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and not physically, you will also have a very unhealthy and unwealthy family. All of these things matter when it comes to being a protector. And we're going to talk about every one of these things on this channel and how we can grow up into these things. Remember, man, this is not where we are. It's where we aspire to be. It's where we aspire to be. It's where we ought to aspire to be as men. Right? So that when we lay on our deathbed one day, when we're there, people are showing up. You know why? Because we impacted their lives. We made a difference in the world. And they're like, I want to be like that man. I want to be like that man. The provider. What does it mean to provide? I know oftentimes, right? I've been here. So I'm not picking on you. I've been here, right? It's like my wife or something, she'll be like mad and and I'm like, man, woman, you have a roof over your head, you got food on your plate, and you got sex in the bedroom. Sorry, little kids. I hope you're not. Right? You got all these things. What else do you need from me? And that's where we can be as men. It's like, you got a roof, you got food, you got sex. What else you want? So like that. And when we hear provision, that's what we think of, right? We think about those things, and it's like, yeah, but like, we need to provide more, right? That's not all man has been created to provide. And we're gonna talk about that. But when it comes to provision, I think of this, right? I think this is my list. This is my short list, right? Water, right? I think I provide my family these things, but do I really? Hear me, okay? Water. My family has water. Food. Yeah. Shelter. Duh. Healthcare. Energy. Security. Right? I have all those things, right? But my question to you is this: in what way do you have these things? Is it firsthand or is it secondhand? So this goes back to the preparedness idea, right? Is it because does your family have security because you can pick up the phone and call 911 and you live pretty close to civilization to where a cop can get out there and have a fast response time? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're thinking about when you say, yeah, my family has security? Because to me, that's not, that your family doesn't have security. It does as long as other men do what they're supposed to do. But as soon as other men fail, you're in trouble. And I don't know about you, but I don't want the security of my family to rely on other men. Nor do I believe I was created for it to be that way. Right? I don't think God, our Creator created us to rely on other men to fulfill the basic needs of my loved ones, my friends, my family. Like that's not who. And if I do that, I'm going to be less of a man. Sorry, I'm going to be less of a man. If I do not strive to be these things, and all I do is I have bought in to the lie that man was created to chase the green and buy all these things, I'm going to be less of a man. You were meant to do more than chase green your whole life. That is their system, and we'll talk about there at in many other videos. Right? That's their system. That's not the system you were created to live out, to live in, right? And live out. Okay? So when I say, yeah, my family's got food, I go to the grocery store every day and buy it. I'll go over here to the Costco, or I go over here to right. No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. If we went through COVID and you saw the supply chain crisis, right? Man, to me, COVID, the whole vid thing was like eye-opening to all of these things. Healthcare, you could not get in a bed, right? We don't have enough hospital beds in this country for everybody. We should have saw that. Your healthcare is not as secure as you think it is, right? Security is not as secure as you think it is. Food is not as secure as you think it is, right? Energy and water, as soon as they want you to do what they want you to do, they can cut those things off like that. The state owns those things, right? I think I've covered the whole list. Shelter. Do you own your house? They could take it from you. Property tax, right? You got to pay property tax your whole life. It's the most un-American thing I've ever heard of in my life. No matter if you own it, don't own it, whatever. They're going to hit you with a bill every year. So what I'm saying, men, is like, are we really providers? Like, really? Are we really providers, or are we just pretending? Because we offload it to other men and other institutions, and then we go, look at me, man, I make the green. I can buy all that stuff. It's hindering you to become the man that your Creator intended you to be. See you in the next video.